So what are some things you can do to get from where you are to where you want to be? This week, Jack Canfield's Success Principles talks about that exact question, how to get from where you are to where you want to be. And it's basically a library of different principles. There's 67 of them that pertain to all different areas of your life that help you create change. So it's broken into like the foundation for change, transforming yourself. It talks about relationships. It talks about building a team. It talks about the digital age. It talks about success and money. So it's sort of broken into segments, but I think the beauty of this book is that it is a giant library of information. You can go in, find the pieces and the components that mean the most to you, maybe that you're lacking in that area of your life at that point, or could use a little assistance and delve further into that. And so I really like the format because of that. So that said, I'm gonna pick maybe 5 and expand upon why I believe they're transformative and how they can help you with whatever it is you're looking to do. So one of the first ideas he talks about, and it's foundational to everything that comes next, it's the premise for the entire book when you think about it. It's like you need to be 100% in control of your life. And that's a hard one to hear because sometimes things aren't always our fault. Sometimes life sets the stage for us. But he says, you standing here, right, is the culmination of all these decisions you've made that brought you here. And now it's 100% your decision where to go next. And, you know, because of our proclivity to point out and to blame the world, we stagnate ourselves. We become victims because we don't go out and attack what we want. You can never change something that's not your fault. When you're in the passenger seat blaming the driver, you're helpless. And that's the essential point. It's like no matter how bad it hurts, no matter how bad you have to look in the mirror, you have to step up and realize there's things in my life that I don't like. There's things that I don't want to be a part of. There's things that I need to change. And that is up to me and me alone. The universe is not going to provide that for me. The government is not going to provide that for me. My friends, my family, they're not going to provide that for me. I need to do that. And so I loved how that's sort of one of the foundational messages in this book. The next idea I liked is related to mastery, right? He says, you know, in growing, in changing, in becoming something new, people can take the material things you acquire along the way. You can lose the material things, but you can't lose that mastery. You can't lose what you know or what you become. And it's why, you know, it's been said you could take everything from the top 10, 15, 20% of a particular niche or group, and they'd have it again in a given amount of time because they acquired the skill sets and the understandings and the knowledge to obtain it. And that's where the value is. It's like Jim Rohn, you know, saying it's not the top of the mountain, it's who you become climbing to the top. It's who you become along the way. And when you use that as sort of your North Star, it puts things into perspective. It makes you realize every single thing that's happening to you in life is related to your growth and you becoming something new. And ultimately, that is the goal. That's what matters. So the next idea is that to be successful, we need to hang around successful people. Now, we all know this, but how often do we place a concentrated effort on bringing it to life? And I think that's one of the beautiful things about this book. It's like nothing in here was revolutionary where I read a page and went, whoa, that's amazing. But it makes you question yourself. It's like, where can I implement this or change, or what do I need to adjust? That's the value of the simplicity and the format. And so for something like this, it makes you think, you know, how and in what areas of my life do I need to level up the people I'm around? You know, there's that saying, if you walk into a room and you're the smartest person in that room, you're in the wrong room. That's because being around people that are further along in life or in a particular area in life or that have achieved more than you in a particular niche, they cause you to look around and realize, hey, I've conceded here, here, and here. I've accepted mediocrity here, here, and here. It shines a spotlight on you. It's like if you're benching 220 at a gym and the guy next to you is benching 300, well, maybe you can do 222, right? That comparing and contrasting is super valuable. Not only the awareness, but, you know, being around people that can show you the way, give you insights, and help you get there faster. So if you want to be successful, hang around people that are successful. The next idea is do something you love to do. Jack Canfield says in there, most of the successful people I've met love what they do so much that they'd actually do it for free or teach it for free. And the understanding, the rationale for this is simple. It's because if you don't love it, when life gets difficult, you'll stop, right? Mastery and loving something go hand in hand because life tries to get in the way. And if you aren't fully immersed and you don't believe in the process, when life becomes difficult, you will change direction. You'll go backwards, right? I remember Ryan Holiday talking about on this podcast. It's funny, you hear something once and it like truly sticks with you. He's talking about passion versus purpose. Passion being that quick blast of adrenaline or dopamine. It's like you start a podcast and it's so exciting and you're passionate about it. And then 2 weeks in, you realize it's hard and you don't have 1 million downloads and it's like, oh man, maybe I'll do something else. Purpose gives you the sustainability. Purpose means when you're in Brian Moran's valley of despair, as they call it, you don't quit, you move forward because you're called to something bigger. You love it, you are the process, and it allows you to push forward. And to me, that's why it's essential that if you're going to do something and you have big plans to continue on, you better love it, because life will do its best to put barriers in front of you and obstruct you, prevent you from getting to where you want to go. And you'll find a way, but you have to believe in yourself and love the process in order to do that. And the last thing is how you see yourself is how the world will see you. Everything starts there, right? There's this idea that life creates parameters and rules and guidelines, and we sort of live within those rules. And not only that, those rules and those parameters have created us. We're a product of the world around us. Jack Canfield says, not really. It's the standards that you set for yourself. And when you raise those standards, you'll be amazed at how the world responds. The world sees you as you see you. And we don't realize that because we become accustomed to acting a certain way, believing a certain way, valuing ourselves to the same extent. When you change that, and you see yourself as more valuable, capable of more. When you raise that standard, the world conforms. Right? They are chess pieces moving around your move. And so to change, or as he says, to get from where you are to where you want to be, it's essential that you realize you are the one pulling those strings. Everything starts with the standards you set, so raise them. So next week, I'm gonna do The Boys in the Boat, 9 Americans and their epic quest for gold at the 1936 Berlin Olympics by Daniel James Brown. I've been told over and over again how inspirational this book is. So I'm dying to dive into it, especially being a collegiate rower myself back in the day. So, hopefully this will hit home in a good way and bring a lot of inspiration, motivation, insights, and let me know in the comments if you have anything, what your favorite principle was, maybe something I didn't talk about or something you want to add. Always love hearing from you. Until next time, have a good one.